Hi everyone, this is Bug-Ass Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the X-23, the Marvel Legends X-23 figure. So before we take a look at X-23, let's take a look at the only accessory that she comes with, the torso of Sasquatch. It's not really an accessory, it's the Build-A-Figure piece here. So now let's go ahead and put the pieces to the figures I've already reviewed on here. So now, I just need to review Deathlock, and then I can review the Sasquatch Build-A-Figure. So, there he is, so far. Now that he has legs, well, and a torso, because originally I just had the legs and no torso. And he's a pretty big, bulky Build-A-Figure, and I really like that. I thought he might be too short, but he's actually pretty well sized. So now let's take a look at X-23. Now this is probably going to be a short review since she really doesn't have any accessories or really anything too great going on with her. But we will have a look here. So for the head sculpt, I really like this head sculpt in particular more than a lot of the other figures because she's snarling like she's gritting her teeth. And a lot of Marvel Legends really don't have that. They kind of just have a neutral expression. So I really like how she looks really angry. Now I thought the eyes were a little too wide, but after going back and reading the X-Force with her in this costume, and even All New Wolverine #1, because there's a flashback to when she's wearing this costume, I guess that's correct. I suppose the eyes are supposed to be that big. And I thought the hair was Silk's hair. They just put hair on the new face sculpt since this head sculpt is brand new. But no, the hair is new as well. It's really hard though. It's not rubbery like all the current Marvel Legends hair has been. But this is just the standard female body mold. And it looks pretty nice. No paint smears or scuffs or anything like that. Like most of the time when you're painting over the base color, which like this is black, you usually get some sort of mistake in the paint, like right there. But usually it's worse than that, so I'm glad that it's not any worse than that. So there's her belt. I also think the belt's new, but I feel like it should have been a little smaller because her belt should be right up here, and it's like that. Here are her claws. These are just Wolverine's claws from the Vintage Wave Wolverine and Juggernaut. Because they're the same, they just put them on her. And you can remove these, like that. Now this, let me put that back in there. This does the same thing that the previous Wolverine figures do. The claws just look stupid. My Juggernaut Wave Wolverine, I ended up cutting those little pegs off and just gluing these in the way that they should be. And I'll probably do the same with this X-23 after this review because those claws are just way too crooked and you can't straighten them out. It just goes back the same way. The left side isn't as bad, but the right side's really bad. You can see that the claws are crossing right there. And then here are her boots, which is the only other part of the figure that actually has sculpting detail. I think these might be Nico Minoru's boots. I don't think these are new. But looks pretty good. At least the belt buckles are actually painted on there and not just black. So yeah, that's about all to go over with this figure. This is going to be a really short review. So now let's go over the articulation. She's got a ball-jointed head that can't really look back that far at all. But she can look down all the way. And she does have that ball on swivel, so you kind of, if you do that, you'll have to move it up like that to get it back into position. She can move her head to the right just a little bit. The hair does hinder. And she can move to the right. Or she can move to the left a little more. She's got ball-jointed shoulders that can move all the way out. She can do that. She's got single-jointed elbows. This one swivels. She's got swivel at the wrist that can move side to side and up and down. She's got a ball-jointed diaphragm that can move back just a little bit, not quite back all the way. And she really can't crunch forward at all, but she can move side to side just a little bit. She's got ball jointed tips that can move out that far. She can kick forward just a little bit, and back just a little bit. She's got swivel at the thigh, double jointed knee, swivel at the boot, swivel at the ankle, and an ankle rocker. So the articulation isn't as good as what I would like it to be, but, you know, it is what it is. My only complaints with this figure is I wish that maybe she would have came with alternate hands without the claws, because if you take them out, you do have holes in her hands that look weird. And I think she should have had an alternate unmasked head. I think that would have been really good too. So now let's do some size comparisons. So here she is next to my custom X-23 figure. Now this is her, like, in the later years. Like, this is her look from, like, 2008, I want to say. And this I'm going for, like, her 2014, 2015 look. I just used some parts from the previous X-23 and the Vintage Wave Black Widow, so if you wanted to use this recipe yourself, you could. And here she is next to my custom Warpath figure. Because the only other members of X-Force from this iteration that have been made have been the previous Warpath, which is way too hard to get, Domino, X-Force Wolverine, which is another hard one to get, and X-Force Archangel. They need to re-release those hard-to-get ones, you know, that way they'll be more widely available to everyone. And finally, here she is next to Domino. She's the only other figure that's been made that I have of this iteration of X-Force. So yeah, I do like this figure. My previous X-23 figures, I do have them, but I customized them quite a while back into something else. I don't even actually know where I put them now. And this is a good figure. I don't know. I think I would have wanted her more classic look like the custom that I made. I think I would have preferred that instead of this X-Force costume. But overall, it's not a bad figure. So that's my review. And if you like this review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.